The year was 1983-84 and I had somehow started my first so-called real estate project, Pragya Housing Cooperative Society, named after my just born daughter Pragya. The money was still very tight and I had not even have money for my day-to-day expense. And the contractor for this project, I had appointed Shanti Banerjee, and Shanti Babu was actually investing to do the construction, and after his one phase of construction we used to take money from the members, but the money was still very tight and we were still thinking of doing some real estate transactions and all that. And one day Shantida called me and said, there is a very good offer. There is a 7.5 kathas of land on Lord Sinha Road. Actually the land was on AGC Bose Road because it was a corner property, the house of Lord Sinha, 7 Lord Sinha, which was partly on AGC Bose Road and partly on Lord Sinha Road. He said the Lord Sinha's brother has come from London, who is a British citizen, and he wants to sell his part of the lawn, which is about 7.5 kathas open land, because he needs money, because he's bought a house in London and he needs money for its decorations and things like that, and he'll be going back in 7 days time, so he wants to close the transaction in 7 days time. Now by then I had understood that no real estate transaction can happen or can be completed in 7 days time. It was impossibility because normally people would like to search the title and all that stuff. But the offer was very attractive because he wanted to sell it for 12 lakhs of rupees. Now 12 lakhs rupees, 7.5 kathas of land, even in those times were very attractive. You know, today the price of that land should be something around 50 crores. It's so expensive today. So I thought what to do. I knew he was a non-resident Indian, he was actually a foreign national, and he will not be able to encash the check unless he gets a permission from the Reserve Bank of India under Exchange Control Act. I knew, and that permission will not come at least for 3 to 4 months time. So I told Shantida that I am interested in purchasing the property. He said, you have money? I said, I'll raise money, don't worry, I'll purchase. So he said, okay, please bring an offer of 12 lakhs. And his brother-in-law was working as manager of Lord Sinha's household. So he said, I'll give it to him and he'll give it to Mr. Anindu Kumar Sinha. So I went to the typing pool of Hajra and got hold of a man who had an electronic typewriter. I asked him to design a very nice letterhead named Pradeep Kumar Chopra with my address, and I drafted a letter offering him 12 lakhs for 7.5 kathas of land on Lord Sinha Road, and I signed and gave it to Shantida to be handed over to Mr. Anindu Kumar Sinha. Now Anindu Kumar Sinha, as you know, was very much in a hurry and he was like a brown sahib, so he didn't want to waste any time. The moment he received the letter, he gave a confirmation letter stating that the offer is accepted and you are advised to proceed further to do the formalities. He didn't know, and I also didn't know, that such an offer and acceptance of such an offer in writing amounts to a binding contract between the buyer and the seller of a property. Even if no monetary transaction has taken place, this was actually a binding contract. But nevertheless, he asked me to get an agreement done, and I had no money to consult a lawyer. So what I did, I got hold of a book, Conveyancing, written by Mr. D'Souza, which had all the formats of agreements related to real estate transaction and many other transactions. I got this book from my brother-in-law, Jay Bothra, and I just copied the agreement, and I got the empty spaces filled with my name, Mr. Anindu Kumar Sinha's name, the title of the description of the property and the amount and so on. And I had written earnest money, 1,20,000 as 10% amount of the consideration amount. I got it typed on a 10 rupees stamp paper. Those days such agreement was done on 10 rupees stamp paper. Again got it typed on the electronic typewriter, 2 copies, and I took a check of 1,20,000 rupees along with these two agreements and went to Lord Sinha's house. Mr. Anindya Kumar Sinha was waiting and he signed the agreement. He gave me the receipt of the check. I had given him check, but I had no money. I didn't even have minimum balance in my account at that time. But I knew this check will not come for encashment till such time he gets the permission from the Exchange Control Department of Reserve Bank of India for sale and encashment of this check. Now, I know that is not going to come for 3 months and I have got 3 months time to sell this property further to somebody. Now then I started looking for a customer who will give me more money for this property. And almost 1 month was spent in locating that person, and I got also one person, but he was dilly-dallying and he was taking time and wasting time and all that. So ultimately I gave him a warning. I said, look, till Sunday you have time. If I don't get money by Sunday and you don't sign the agreement, I am out. So Sunday it didn't happen. I had gone that Sunday to Surendra Babu's Gaddi, at 2 Raja Woodburn Street, and I told him I have this property which I want to sell around 20-21 lakhs. So he said, okay, I'll find a buyer. Next day morning, which was Monday, early morning, I was sleeping and I heard somebody is calling me from down, and my mother woke me up and I went on the veranda and I saw that Surendra Babu was standing there with one of his friends. I didn't know him. He said, please come down, please come with us and show us this property. So I went with them in the car and I showed the property. They said, okay, this is the property. I said, yeah, this is the property. And then we went to Russell Street for tea, on the tea joint, and we were having tea, and then he said, let's conclude the deal. He asked me, what is your price? I said 21 lakhs. He said, no, 21 lakhs is too much. Please bring it down and all that. Ultimately, on the insistence of Surendra Babu, we closed the deal at 2050, and he gave me 50,000 rupees then and there. I said, no, I don't want this 50,000 rupees. I need 5 lakhs rupees, that too by check, within a week's time. He said, you will get your 5 lakhs, please come with me. And he took me to his house in Calcutta. The gentleman who was there with Surendra Babu, his name was Mahesh Bhagchandka, who later on became a very dear friend. We went to his house. He introduced me to his elder brother Purushottam, and he said he'll give you 5 lakhs within 1 week. We drafted a nomination agreement where I passed on the benefit of my original agreement with Lord Sinha, Lord Arun Kumar Balan Sinha, to Mr. Bhagchandka, and within a week, true to their word, they gave me 5 lakhs. So I was freed from the worry how will the check encash. But in fact, the check got encashed much later, almost 2 months later. By then I had enough money. I got the check encashed, and you know that in this deal I made almost 8 lakhs of rupees without investing a single copper from my pocket. This was the biggest break, the first break I got in real estate, because by then I had a lot of money borrowed. I was not earning anything, but this one transaction changed the whole scenario. I got money, so which I paid my earlier people from whom I had borrowed money, and I had surplus cash. With that, I proceeded further and did another project with Surendra Babu, which was the first project of PS Group. So you can understand, see, we don't need money all the time to do a project or to get a deal. If you have confidence in the deal's viability or sustainability, the money is always around. You can always get money from somewhere, but provided the deal is sustainable and profitable.